They say that breaking up is hard to do. Here with some advice on how to dump anyone is Jodyne Speyer, author of Dump 'Em, How to Break Up with Anyone from Your Best Friend to Your Hairdresser. Jodyne, good morning.
Thank you.
Why did you write this book? Is it because you were the dumpy or the dumper who didn't quite know how to go about it?
I was paralyzed of confrontation, so I was the avoider. I was the classic, I will do anything and everything possible not to deal with the breakup or any type of confrontation.
I like that. You feel like you have to be loyal, right?
It's a lot of things, but I'm a collector of people, so the idea of getting rid of them was just terrifying to me, and I didn't want to be that person anymore. I really wanted to do it gracefully, respectfully, and it was my search to find a book that would teach me how to do that that led for me to actually write the book, because there wasn't anything there.
All right, we're going to hear from some people who are having dilemmas.
Great.
First is Kennedy, who says, my doctor has been and still is the physician for other family members of my family. I feel awkward in letting him go. What do you say to Kennedy?
Well, doctors are intimidating. They speak a language that we don't understand. They've gone to medical school, so it's really important that we learn to speak up and ask questions. With Kennedy, I'm not sure what his situation is, but a lot of people I spoke to for the chapter said that they were being judged by their doctor, or their bedside manner wasn't really on the same course as theirs. So Kennedy needs to write a letter. Doctors that I spoke to for this chapter said it's much easier for them to deal with a letter than like a face-to-face dealing.
With a doctor, you can do that. Not a boyfriend, but you can write a letter with a doctor.
Right, you can. And doctors also have so much time during the day they have to spend with patients that a letter really is their first choice. So Kennedy needs to sit down, go over the reasons that he wants to leave the doctor, and be as clear as he can. If he has an issue with being judged, let that doctor know, because Kennedy's not only empowering himself by speaking up, but he's also helping other patients in the future that might be judged by him.
All right, let's hear from Laura now. Laura says, I've gotten over my breakup. Now I don't know how to tell my therapist that I no longer want to see him. The last thing I want to do is hurt his feelings. You're paying for this therapist. If you don't need him anymore, you gotta go.
Exactly, and you should never take care of your therapist's feelings. I mean, your therapist needs a therapist if that's the case, and so hopefully Laura can speak up and let her therapist know that she thought about it, her breakup, she got over the breakup, he helped her, she helped her do that, and she's made the decision that the time has come to end therapy.
Yeah,
so just
go
go
in. You did such a good job, I don't need you anymore.
Yeah, and you know, therapists are trained at termination, the patients aren't. It's scary to terminate, so we have to kind of find a way to do that. And I say just go in right from the bang, right at the beginning, and say, I've thought about this, it's difficult, I'm ready to end, and give 2 sessions, because 2 sessions is what people suggest to kind of wrap things up.
That's fair. All right, Lauren has a dilemma with her hairdresser. I live in a small town and have used the same hairdresser for years. Chances are high that I will run into her in town. How do I tell her I'm going to try someone new? I've been in that position. That's awful.
I was just thinking, Lauren is me. I am that same person. It's difficult with a hairdresser because they touch you, and touch is bonding, and so it's really difficult to kind of separate from a hairdresser that sometimes hairdressers act like therapists. So what she needs to do is just acknowledge this is awkward. You know, it is an awkward conversation to have. She just put it out there. I haven't been wild about my hair recently, or I'm growing my hair out, let's say, and you keep cutting it shorter. Give her that heads up. Let her change if she can. If she's cutting your hair and it's horrible and she's over-processing your hair, dump her immediately and just let her know, this is awkward, it's not working out for me, it's time for me to let you go, and I hope that we can still be friends. Yeah. Try to be positive and try to kind of end on a good note, because you want to keep the door open if you want to see this hairdresser again.
That's true. Why should we settle for anything but the best? Jodyne Speyer, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate your time. For more on Jodyne's book, go to our website. All kinds of scenario in the book that you'll really learn from. earlyshow.cbsnews.com.